All right, so a couple things I want to talk about. We're just watching Christopher Green, AMTV. I've been watching him since he first came out on YouTube. Then he became AMTV. I'm not dogging anybody that's trying to reveal the truth and inform people like he does. He's trying to inform. He's doing a good thing. But he had a video today. Actually, from the 16th. I watched it today. Source confirms Hillary's 9/11 collapse was staged. I'm going to strongly disagree that it was staged, and I'll get into that in a second. But I want to share something with you first. That's very interesting to me. I got to be honest. And again, I'm not a man of coincidences, belief in that. Speaking of what we're going to get into in this video. But when I went up to the Suwannee the other day, by the way, if you think you hear Hillary Clinton hacking and coughing to death, picked up on this microphone, it's actually my wife who's very sick. Got it over the weekend. Horrible hacking cough. Sounds even worse than Hillary. So I want to throw that out there. Hillary's not here at the Jason 4 household. I promise. This is my wife. She's sick. And she admits that she's sick. She's not pretending to be healthy. She's sick, got a cold, mucus, all that stuff. So, when I went to the Suwannee River the other day, I told you guys about it. Went up there with my ex-neighbor friend, checking out the land and all that stuff. And I felt like I don't think I'm going to be a fan of that. My wife's definitely not right on the river. Floods all the time, especially that river, etc. But when we went up there, we stopped at a Publix grocery store, get some stuff. He's getting some beers and some stuff, the boys hanging out. I don't like the way any beer tastes. And I don't ever really drink alcoholic beverages. But I thought, what the hell? Let me get a little 6-pack or whatever this stuff. But I want some flavored stuff, like, I don't know, Henry's hard soda, orange soda or whatever. I've tried a couple other brands in the past, Jason 4, you can call me whatever you want to call me. I can't stand the taste of beer. I don't know how any of y'all drink that garbage. Having said that, I'm sitting here just a little while ago on my computer, and I'm watching a video on some side. I'm about to hit play, and I pick up this old girl, just about like that. So you can see the Henry sign. You can see this, the barcode, Henry. I take a drink of it, set it back down. I click play. Advertisement comes up. Henry's hard liquor. Try our flavors, orange and cherry. Orange and cherry? That's the same kind I got when I went to the Suwannee River. Orange and cherry. And by the way, if you're wondering, cherry is disgusting. Horrible. Worst thing I've ever put in my mouth that I would even consider calling a drink. Disgusting. Not that I'm talking about this thing knowing what I had to drink then, this advertisement. I'm talking about right now. I picked this sucker up, drink it. Barcode is facing my camera by chance. My camera wasn't on. The lights are on right now. The lights were not on, but that does not necessarily mean anything. Maybe these, I just read the date 3 days ago, the FBI, Director Comey. Yeah, we still do not have our cameras open. We always block them with a piece of tape or whatever. Some of the cameras now have a flip down thing. We block them. And we also recommend everybody do that, is what they were saying. So I'm just going to throw that out there, that the FBI said that, okay? So I pick this thing up and drink it, set it down, read the little article. All right, let me click play on this video. Advertisement. Hey, try Henry's hard soda. What the? Orange and cherry? The one I was drinking was orange. Of course, the video was about orange and cherry. I'm sure the advertisement shows both anyways. And as a matter of fact, when I was at the grocery store, that's the only 2 flavors I saw anyways. From Henry's hard, whatever it's called, hard soda. Made with cane sugar for a bonus. Contains alcohol. No kidding. So I wanted to start the video off by saying that was kind of odd. And who was it? Someone was my wife. This was a little while back. We were looking at something, and next thing you know, everywhere you go, they advertise like. So I remember I was reading something that a woman talked about. She had a conversation. Oh, that's what it was. They had the Facebook app on their phone. This woman did. And she wasn't using her phone at all. It was sitting down next to her on the desk or whatever. And she's having a conversation with somebody in the room about things, whatever. And then she starts to go on the internet on her computer. And all these advertisements are showing up about what she was just talking about. And she was kind of freaked out. What the hell? How the hell that happened? She realized, oh, my phone, Facebook app, this app may need access to everything on your damn phone. Click OK to install it. It's just a Facebook app. Why do you need my contact information, my microphone, my camera? Oh, in case I want to chat with someone. Or other purposes. Right. Okay. So I wanted to just throw that out there. That was kind of odd. And I'll be honest with you. To date, I don't think I've ever clicked play on any video. And I'm not talking about a YouTube video. This was like another website that had a video that I was watching. But I do this every day. I don't just go to YouTube. I'm going all over the damn place, reading things. Oh, save that, send it to my email, watching little video clips, regardless of where the site is. And I've never had Henry's Hard Soda pop up on me. And this thing's been sitting in my refrigerator, 2 of them, now there's 1 left, since I told you I went up to Suwannee a few weeks ago. It's been sitting in my damn refrigerator. I haven't drank, any of them. There's only 2. I saw it the other day, and I'm like, I just hate throwing it away, wasting it. My liver, on the other hand, probably would appreciate it. Because all the fat food sugar crap I'm always eating. But, what the hell? Let me drink the stupid thing. I'll knock one of these out. And you mean to tell me I got an advertisement the one time I do this in front of my camera? Because I'm not. I had some other ones that I brought back. I had like 3 or 4 total. So I already had 2. Actually, there was 4. I had one a little while back. Had another one a little while back. Never saw any advertisements on my computer. Matter of fact, I wasn't sitting at my computer when I drank them. So the one time I sit at my computer and drink this damn thing, I set it down. Within 15, 20 seconds or so, I end up hitting play after reading the little description and paragraph, and the damn advertisement shows up. I find that highly suspicious, if I don't mind saying so myself. On to the video. So we have reports that and he's not the only one who said this, Christopher Green, that it was a staged event, that the dragging of her was staged. I think the guy Russian vids, he's in there. Oh, no, they used a dummy. It's a dummy. Look at this angle. It's a dummy. You see the neck moving? The neck doesn't move. It's a dummy. No, Jason 4 is not buying that one either. Sorry. And then, but there's another angle. The video, it shows her getting in the opposite way. Nope, stop. Whoever took the video mirrored it. There's an easy setting that comes with almost all video editing programs. Mirror the video. Take this that looks like this and make it look like this. If you look at the Sandy Hook children who died in the shooting in 2012, their real pictures are like this, and the ones that they showed us from Sandy Hook are like this. So the little grin over here becomes the grin over here. That was discovered almost immediately, by the way. They try to make it look a little different. That was the point of doing that. So whoever did that with this video of Hillary getting into the van and being dragged in, that's all it was. They took the original and flipped it. Mirrored it. No big deal. It's nothing. Non-issue. Doesn't change anything. So the theory, and again, Christopher Green says, source confirms Hillary's 9/11 collapse stage, meaning 9/11 2016 when she was at the memorial thing. The temperature was around 80 degrees, okay? So it wasn't hot. That was, a matter of fact, a pretty nice day. So for them to say, she overheated, and again, they changed the story from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 different things, and then, okay, we finally settled on pneumonia. And then immediately after getting back to Chelsea's apartment, comes right back out a couple hours later. And I will say that whoever that woman was looked a little suspicious, a little bit, 30 or 40 pounds thinner, a little bit shorter. and body-wise, a little thinner that way as well. Is it this double they keep talking about? She looks just like her, looks like her. I saw the hand wave on her hand, and then someone put up Hillary Clinton's hand waving, the real Hillary, if you will. And this finger on one hand, on one of the persons, is taller. It's like, you can see the distance. Normally when you look at someone's hand, and I think it's women mostly, I think, like most of the cases, one of these fingers is taller. I think the pointer is taller than the ring finger. And when you look at Hillary's, you see that clear definition. Yeah, there's one is definitely large, taller than the other. In this photo, the lady, whoever this person is that walked out of Chelsea's apartment, they're like the same size. And it's the same wave. It's the same exact hand wave. Like, hey, so they've got them the same size. They see the two hands side by side because they, put the two images together. And if you look at this hand, and I wave like this, and then some other point in my life, 2 months ago, I wave and I just put it side by side over here. It's virtually the same kind of hand movement. The fingers are spread apart almost identically. Even if I move a little bit, this distance from here to here isn't going to change much. Now, at the same time, you can tell that as far as tallness goes, this pinky and this middle, thumb, the thumb, clearly the pinky's taller. But the real Hillary, they're kind of close. So we'll say kind of like this. What I'll call the body double Hillary is like night and day difference. Like if you had a tape measure and went from here to here, even though the hands are virtually the same shape, waving the same size, same distance, it's way off. So there's two things that tells me that's not her. I don't care about that. I don't even want to really talk about that, but I did have to mention that. So the theory, and I'm going to tell you simply what Christopher Green is suggesting, that it was staged according to his source. Who's the source? Can't say. And you know me, when I hear the word sources say, I think of the mainstream media. Sources confirm, sources familiar with the matter. Who? Tell us. But if you really have a super duper source, can't go revealing it, I understand it. Just like Lindsey Williams, I can't reveal my source. And then the guy died, my source was named Ken Fromm. Okay, now we know a source because he's died. I get it. Forgetting all that, and let's just look at the two scenarios. A, it was staged, or B, it was not staged. So he's suggesting it was staged. It was her there, not a dummy, but it was her, and it's a staged event where they're dragging her. She meant to do what she did, fall down and get dragged in with their lifeless legs and all that. I couldn't possibly see Hillary Clinton acting that out on the fly without practice. Like, hey, you're standing over here. We got to run now. We're leaving early. And this guy caught it on film. And as it's happening, you see the Secret Service people get in the way over here and over here. They don't want you looking in there. If it's staged, you do want us looking in there. You really want us to see what's happening and not be blocked out as she's pretty much thrown into the van and now we can't see anything. That's what we really need to see if it's staged. Because he's suggesting they wanted us to know that it's staged so that they can come out with a replacement because of that event. And she's being told you're being replaced. However, why would she be replaced? Why would she be okay with being replaced? She wanted the presidency last time around. And if you recall, they got onto the plane, all the news people. Where's Hillary? Where's Obama? Yeah, as they're taking off. They're on a different plane. What? A different plane? You said they were going to be here. We're going to be able to talk to them and give them questions. Yeah, they'll change the plans at the last minute. Remember that? The news people, they were furious. We've already taken off. Now we can't get off the plane. And now you're telling us this? They were mad. Where did Hillary and Obama go? These are two people who want to be the president. And they both show up at the Bilderberger meeting? Or, secret meeting in the hotels they always go to? Hillary and Obama show up essentially together. I thought you guys were enemies. And you want to win and she wants to win. And you're both meeting at the club? The clubhouse, if you will. And we were told back then the reason they went there was they as in Barack and Hillary were being told which one is going to be the next president and which one's going to be after that. But don't worry, you could be Secretary of State. We'll give you a nice little, okay. So Barack, you get it this time, and then the next time I have my chance, I'll get it. Okay. That's what was supposed to happen. So now all of a sudden, this is staged, and they're taking her down. Because he says, she has a health problem. There's no question. She has a health problem. But I think they staged this. My source says so. So let's look at the events. They had to change the story 3 to 4 times, and settling on that 4th and final time, she has pneumonia. But she's all better all of a sudden. Here she is, everybody. Hey, I'm good. I'll get in the car. Wait, where's the black doctor handler guy? He's not there. So he didn't follow the body double or whoever the hell that was in the car. But he was sure as hell there lifting that lifeless body into the black van, ambulance-looking van that she's been driving around in now. He was there. He helped drag her into the car, as a matter of fact. Or into the van, I should say. But this other lady that comes out, very chippery, plenty of movement, looks a little different, thinner, all that stuff, gets right in the car. Oh, come here, give me a hug, little girl. Yeah. I got pneumonia, but don't sweat it. I'll give you a hug, get in the car, I'm out. They had to come up with these stories. If this was a staged event, they would not be trying so desperately to feed you these alternative reasons that are nonsense. They would have ran with the story. She was feeling sick, got in the car, wasn't feeling good. Yes, she did stumble into the car. They had to help her in. She feels a lot better now back at the Chelsea's apartment. She's okay. No, let's roll with the body double or whoever the hell it is. Let's get out there, wave. I'm fine, I'm good. Even if it was really her. I'm fine, I'm good. Then why did they do that? Why didn't they play that to the end? Keep going with it. Tell us the replacement now a few days later. But instead, we get this supposed terror event. New York City, New Jersey, pipe bombs. And a pressure cooker. Where did we hear the pressure cooker thing from? I think there might be a signature we can find on this one. Oh, Boston Marathon. Another hoax. They even said on the day of the Boston Marathon, they tweeted, the government, loud explosions, training exercise or drills. It was right on the freaking Twitter page. The city government posted that. And then it got removed, later on. But not before it was captured. Pressure cookers. You got the FBI walking around playing with his phone as people are working on people who were just injured. He looks over, sees the guy with the camera. I'm talking about the Boston Marathon. Looks at the guy. Oh, shit. Turns around. Doesn't want to be seen again. You even see eye contact. Oh, crap. And then the other FBI lady who's got tourniquets on her arm, just by coincidence. I'm ready to go with tourniquets on my arm. Fake ones. Made up ones. I just ripped them up and found them. The guy who they're working on, who's laughing and looking up, points to the camera. This is an unauthorized cameraman, citizen. Points over there to it. She looks, and along with another guy, looks back at it. Her face says, oh, shit. You can see it all over her face. Goes back. What do I do? Again, completely staged event. The guy in the wheelchair, double amputee, lost both his legs in the bombing. He would have been dead. He would have bled to death. And they have the picture-perfect photo, high-resolution photographer right in the middle of the street capturing the cowboy. Remember the cowboy hat guy? Serious face pushing him down, holding some stuff. And you see his fake bone leg looking thing hanging off. And you look under the wheelchair. And you can see the road behind him perfectly. It's a beautiful photo. And there's no blood. Do you know the size of the arteries, the main artery in both your legs? How it would be pumping almost like a hose. Not quite like a hose, but almost. Unless it's a smaller hose than normal, then you'd hook up to your house. Would be flooding out blood. But they had tourniquets. No, they had makeshift pieces of clothing for tourniquets, not a real one. So it wouldn't have done anything anyways. And you can see under the wheelchair, on the wheelchair where you'd normally would put your leg, but you can't because he ain't got any, should have been absolutely covered with blood. And a blood trail going way back in the street, none of which can be seen. And then it turned out, after they identified this guy, oh, he's so-and-so, I forget the name now. He lost his legs over in, it may have been Desert Storm, or maybe the first Iraq or the second one in 2003 or whatever. One of those, he was already an amputee. He was already an amputee. That's why they used him. Okay, so what was the story though? Pressure cookers, black backpacks. Well, that's funny. The Sardoff brothers didn't have black backpacks, but all the FBI agents I told you about in the video, you can watch these on YouTube. Just eat your heart out. Boston Marathon hoax. You find them all. And the 3 cops from Sandy Hook shooting, different incident 2 years earlier or so, right? Or was it 1 year earlier? The 3 Sandy Hook cops who went on Katie Couric or whatever, we went in and we went through the hole and this is what we found. They're at the Boston Marathon bombing. All 3 of them, side by side, radios, black backpacks, and military contractor clothing. Just type it in. Sandy Hook police officers, Boston Marathon. Google it. Images. You'll see it right away. Okay? I'm just telling you that in case there's anyone out there, I get new subscribers all the time. What the hell is this moron talking about? Boston, that was not fake. Yeah, it actually was. Go look this up for yourself. Sandy Hook, the FBI agent with the sniper rifle and the AR-15. Every time he walks in front of the camera, there's 2 other agents with him. He looks away, looks down. Watch the documentary called We Need to Talk About Sandy Hook. It's all over there. And they show that he's actually the same guy as one of the fathers with his wife that lost their kid in Sandy Hook. And he's going around, he's meeting with President Obama. He's on the Oprah Winfrey show. They're doing their tours, gun control, you name it. It's the same guy. Change his name. Again, it's a stage. All of this is staged. Everything's supposed to happen. So my point on this, the Hillary Clinton thing here, I don't believe her falling and dragging, into that van was staged. That was real. She may know she's finished now, but what could she do to get that out of the people's minds and stop playing my video of me getting into that van? I don't want anyone seeing that again. That's killing me right now. It's destroying me. I'm going to lose the election because of that. How about we do a terrorist event? 29 people injured and 1 not killed, 1 something. I forgot what the headline was. 29 and 1 something, but nobody died, they said. And there's a guy, I watched his video on YouTube. He lived right there. It happened. He went outside filming with his phone video, looking around. You can hear the cops coming and stuff, so no one was even cordoned off yet. It just happened. And it's right across the street. And yeah, windows are blown out and all that stuff. Same thing with the Boston Marathon. You can put a bomb that doesn't do anything besides explode, as in a concussion grenade type thing like the police use. It's loud. It's a flashbang. You just put more of the explosive materials inside. And when it blows, nothing happens dangerously other than a massive shockwave, which blows the windows out. So nobody killed. And they said, well, 29 are injured. 29, where are they? This guy's walking up and down the street filming right where it happened. You can see debris in the road and stuff. Where's the 29 injured people? Don't know. Can't find them for some reason. That's strange to me. Something even more strange you might not have heard of yet. There is a game on the PlayStation 4 and I believe the Xbox One called Tom Clancy's The Division. Now, Tom Clancy used to write, they had novels and they had the Rainbow Six game series, different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, but they're all Rainbow Six and then like some title. And then they had this latest one. Now, I think this entity bought that series and chain off of them. So this is like a new company, if I recall, that took over the Rainbow Six thing or the Tom Clancy name. And in the game, it's kind of like an apocalyptic situation where something's happened. I don't know if it's a virus or some kind of war just happened, something. You're trying to survive. You can actually play online with your friends. It actually sounds kind of fun, to tell you the truth. But it takes place in New York City, and there's a map. Now keep in mind, this pipe bomb stuff was in the area of Chelsea. In New York City, there's an area in there called Chelsea. And there's street names and avenues and all that stuff. And there's a bomb, in this case a pipe bomb, that has went off in that area. I'm talking about the real life thing. In this game, there's a map. You walk up to it on the wall, the map, New York City, Chelsea area. And there's actually bombs in the game. I don't know if they have just went off or about to go off, or you have to stop them from going off, whatever it is, because I'm not playing the game. I don't play it. I don't even have it. But it's essentially in the same spot. And someone was like going through the game and like, here's where it is in the game. And funny, here's where it is in real life. And they're pretty much in the same spot. So you'll recall the old Batman movies and the movie The Knowing with Nicolas Cage and the oil spill happening, on TV. What has Lindsey Williams always said from many, many years ago? The club will put in front of your face what they're going to do to you. It's like it's some kind of part of their religion or their belief or whatever it is, the occult thing that they do. It's like they have to tell the people what they're going to do to them, or else they just can't do it. Like they have to tell you or they can't do it. Call it whatever the hell you want to call it. And we've seen it over and over and over again. He said, by the way, remember the hurricane that went up and flooded out New Orleans and all that? He says, I want you to watch a TV show that came on. It's like a one-hit movie kind of thing. It didn't go to the mainstream movie, but it was on TV. It's called Oil Storm. Check it out, he says. That movie came out 2 weeks, I think it was 2 weeks before the event happened, the actual storm that flooded out in Louisiana. It is exactly what happened in real life. The BP oil spill, remember that one? Gulf of Mexico. It was in the movie The Knowing. There's been so many things. Back to the Future. The whole 9/11 thing is unbelievably in that movie. And at one point when they're going back to 1985 and they pan the camera past the hardware store, you pause it. The Illuminati triangle is on the awning of the hardware store with the all-seeing eye in it. Not just a triangle. The Illuminati triangle. And the next to it, the address, it's a 9 arrow. It looks like a little circular arrow pointing down, like, go inside here. But it's a 9 with the arrow at the bottom. And then next to it, 1-1, 9/11. This is in Back to the Future. There's been numerous other examples. There's even been recent examples. How about The Economist magazine? Pointing to the exact day that the France terror events happened, etc. They put it in your face. That's what they do. We just have to be smart enough to see where they're putting it. And then when it happens, go back to it to show everybody, hey, check this out. So the other thing here is that, again, timing is unbelievable. So one of the other things in the video game is the number 17 in relation to the Chelsea thing and the bombing in this New York City area in the game, the Division game. There's a 7, there's a 1 and a 7 constantly, 1, 7, 17. The event happened on the 17th of September. Again, coincidence? Yeah, but they got the bomb. They got the guy. They got a shootout with him. They got him. They didn't kill him this time. Like the other hoaxes, they can't find the guy. They killed him. He's gone. This guy's alive. They got him. Well, so did the Sarnoff brothers. They got one of him. Where's he at right now? But it's amazing how this is all just the timing of everything. She has this fake drag, whatever, health episode that some are saying staged. I don't think it's staged. Dragged into the van. We need to get that out of the news immediately. Let's roll with this other event. But the problem I have with even that is they didn't know Hillary was going to get sick and dragged into a van and then need to, a few days later, the 17th, roll with this event to cover that up. Because truth be told, they could have rolled with this event a lot sooner to cover that up. So I don't know that maybe necessarily that they're trying to use that to cover up for Hillary, because I think the damage is done and it's too late anyways. I think this event was just part of the club's plan, just like the old Batman maps and the Aurora Theater shooting and all that crap. Also on the Batman map, Sandy Hook and X marks the spot on the Batman map. Oh, like Sandy Hook Elementary? Exactly. So I don't know what to make of all this, to tell you the truth. All I can do is kind of report and give you my opinion, just like Christopher Green's doing. He thinks it's staged. Honestly, a staged thing would fit in line with the rest of this, but they don't even need to do that. Again, they don't even need to stage that event. You could stage it and then roll with it. Don't stage it and then fake like it didn't happen and then start fighting to say that, no, it was, she was sick. She wasn't feeling good. She had heat exhaustion. No, wait, she had pneumonia. Yeah, that's it, pneumonia. Like, you don't have to cover that up. You just roll with it. It's time to move on. Or is the club themselves deciding all of a sudden late in the game, we know we promised old Clinton it was her turn. But guys, we need to get some wars going. And Clinton, like Obama, they're not about the Islamic thing. Donald Trump, on the other hand, guys, we need to start World War III when we pull the plug on the economy. You know this. You know this, man. So maybe the Donald needs to get the nod. He'll give us the war we want. He's already all over these terror events that the CIA or FBI are more than likely involved with, and blaming it on, Akbar, Muhammad, whatever, A man came and stabbed someone in the neck and yelled Allah Akbar, and anything related to the word ISIS is normally just nonsense. We've already gone over it. Do you remember the beheadings? James Foley beheaded, they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it fades to black. ISIS fades their editing, edit the video, and they fade it to black. They don't want you to see him cutting his head off. Wait a minute, you just sliced his neck 6 times. I did see that on video. And his skin was never broken. No blood, no cut. What the hell's going on here? It was staged. So then they have the brother and sister, Katie Foley, on the Katie Couric show, of course, and the fake brother. And they're giving this interview in like this little picturesque environment. It's completely staged, like it's really their house, and they got little pictures and family. Oh, yeah. It's nonsense. It's like a staged, sitcom type of background. And she's talking about it. She's cracking up. This wasn't the first time your brother had been nabbed overseas, was it? No, it wasn't. That was not his first time. Bitch, he just died. He got his neck cut off. What are you doing? It's your brother. Or he's a CIA friend of yours. And it's all staged. And now you can't help it. You're loving the limelight. You're loving the cameras on you, and you can't contain yourself. That's more like it. And what was her name? Katie Foley. And then you look at the how she looks there, and then you go back to Sandy Hook Elementary again, and the only person that knew Adam Lanza, the shooter, only person on the face of the earth that knew this kid. I went to school with him when we were younger. Oh, we have Alex Israel on the line. Hi, Alex. And she gets on face to face. Yeah, he was kind of a weird kid. Holy shit, that's the same girl. That's Katie Foley. But she did the Sandy Hook thing first. So I made that connection, did a YouTube video on it. Guys, check this out. Here's her. Here's Exhibit A, and here's Exhibit B. It's the same girl. Changed her name. Same actor. She's acting to pretend she's James Foley's sister. And then they had another guy after that, and the same thing. Cut his neck, nothing happens, fades to black. And then they show after it a new scene where the guy's body's laying there like a wax dummy with the wax dummy looking head on his chest. Like, here's what we do with you Americans. Then why aren't you willing to show us this guy's head getting cut off? You're willing to show it off on his body, but you're not willing to show it cutting, and it's cut 6 times and you fade to black. And then how about remember the one guy, the downed pilot or whatever the hell it was? They put him in a cage, a steel cage in the middle of the desert somewhere. And they set him on fire. It looks like wax is dripping off the guy's burned face and stuff. It's wax, as wax would do when it's melted. I'm like, who's making this? Who is producing this? They've got different camera angles. He's talking like he's about to cut the guy's neck, and he's hitting the side of his leg with this big like Rambo knife. Like I can't wait to get me some of that neck. They zoom in, full zoom on the camera, like this, boom, right on his leg, yeah. Zoom out, another camera angle, high def. And then they have the scene with the guys on fire. And there's some jihadis running by this like barrel of swords. And as he walks, one of them runs they're kind of like jogging by. He grabs one and pulls it out, runs off. This is the same video I think the fire guy was on. And as he pulls it out, you hear the sound effect that you hear on all sword movies. Shing! Runs off. Shing! Runs off. They added the sound effect. It was horrible. It was a Hollywood production to the 10th power. So if that's everything I just told you about, it's Hollywood, fake nonsense, CIA, FBI, whatever, then what really is ISIS? Are there really these Islamic people out there that follow this, they want to come and they did these pipe bombs and they did the... Or are we staging some of these events and also finding the patsies who are willing to do some of this, like perhaps this guy on the 17th, this weekend? We fund them through the FBI, patsy, give them the weapons, give them the bomb-making material, let them go and do it. The head of the Dallas in Memphis, Tennessee division of the FBI, regional division, can't think of his name, he's been on the Alex Jones show numerous times, referring to when they put the bomb in the van that they drove into the World Trade Tower basement, lower levels, back in 93, I think, was the World Trade Center, or 95. Didn't have near effect. 9/11 had to come after that. They wanted to pass the Patriot Act then. It wasn't called the Patriot Act. It was called something else, but it was the same legislation. Couldn't pass it. Not enough people got hurt. Nothing happened. We'll have to try hard a little later. The big event. But this guy that said his credentials match up said, regards to that one, we were being briefed, and they were telling the informant, you're going to give him the bomb, he's going to put it in the van, we're going to nab him. Okay, so I'm going to grab the fake bomb, and I'm going to... No. You're going to grab the real bomb. It's going to be real. So we're giving him a real bomb. Yes, but don't worry. He won't even get to the van and get out of there before we nab him. Okay. Give him the real bomb. He gets to the van, makes it to the van, gets out, drives the van into the World Trade, down in the basement, bomb goes off. This is coming from the mouth of the regional director, whatever his title was, I don't remember now, Dallas and Memphis FBI regional, they don't really call them managers, obviously, but whatever he was on Alex Jones' show. I saw it myself, listened to it myself. This was a few years ago. So your government likes to help some of these events, because what did old Rahm Emanuel say? Remember him? We never like to let a good crisis go to waste. And what I mean by that, matter of fact, let me see if you don't mind, if I can find Rahm Emanuel crisis go to waste. brainyquote.com. Excuse me. You never let a serious crisis go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things you think you could not do before. Like, I don't know, pass the Patriot Act legislation, or, pass legislation to give the bankers $800 billion in TARP funds, and then allow the Federal Reserve to increase its balance sheet to over $5 trillion, and also give them additional backdoor bailouts behind the scenes, not included in the TARP funds, because the sky's falling. If we don't do this, the world economy collapses tomorrow. The one guy, Sherman, whatever his name was, congressman, guys, we got time, we've got days, we got enough time to come up with some good legislation. Let's do this right. Let's not rush to conclusions. Overruled. We're scared. We're Congress. We're going to do what the club tells us. Pass these rules. Pass them into law. Have a nice day. So, at this point, I hope I've informed quite a few people today that may not have been quite as informed as they were prior to hearing this video. And everything that I spoke about, you can go search for yourself, see the interviews, see the videos, see the pictures. It's all there. You just had to be led there. And I'm glad that I led you there. Take care.